because the USA does not allow for many types of treatments since they are not FDA approved. So I was naturally curious what kind of freedom that doctors have in Japan as it relates to using treatments that might be thought of as unconventional.
Japan is such a good place to do non-conventional therapy. We have a Japanese law, Japanese medical law. We Japanese doctors can use almost anything. Why Japanese doctors think it is necessary for a patient?
So that's fascinating to me. That's a stark contrast from the United States. So in Japan, Japanese medical doctors are allowed to use whatever they think would work for the patient. Wow. Now that is a huge difference between the USA and Japan. There is actually a Japanese law which allows doctors to use anything that works for their patients. In other words, in Japan, traditional Eastern medicine and Western medicine coexist in peace. This allows for doctors to be innovative and to utilize treatments that really work, even for the most difficult cancers, like brain cancer. Now you're doing a unique treatment for brain cancer that I learned about, and it is using electric currents, tumor treating fields, right, to treat brain cancer. Talk about that if you could.
Because our treatment, cancer treatment field can also stop cancer cell cycle. It works to stop cancer cell cycle and then induces the apoptosis. It's very, very easy and convenient therapy. But patients have to wear a helmet like this for a long time, such as 10 hours a day also. Most of the patients treating by treatment field is end-stage brain cancer. But sometimes it works very quickly. Normal cell takes more than 3 or 4 or 5 days to divide into two normal cells. It takes longer. But whereas cancer cell, just from 10 to 24 hours to divide into two cancer cells, very quickly. Because cancer cell divide so rapidly, mostly within 24 hours. So cancer cells are very vulnerable by tumor treating fields. That's fascinating. Utilizing electric frequencies to effectively treat late-stage brain cancer. Did you know that the brain has a lymphatic system which connects it to the immune system? Our immune system is basically consists of two types, that is innate immunity and acquired immunity. I think it is necessary to boost both immune systems. Innate immunity is looks very primitive, but have so many potential to eradicate cancer cell. While acquired immunity, such as targeting cancer molecule, is very, very limited effect.
When Dr. Akiyama mentions acquired immunity, he is using the term synonymously with adaptive immunity. Several medical journal articles have been published over the past few years, which indicate that chemotherapy actually impairs the adaptive immune response. Have you ever wondered why the worldwide approach to treating cancer is to use chemicals like chemotherapy, which can actually harm the immune response? Have you ever wondered why doctors will adamantly tell you not to eat antioxidant-rich foods that improve immune response? It all goes back to the fact that doctors across the globe are not educated about nutrition while in medical school.
They gave us a whole hour on nutritionals. A whole hour in 4 years of medical school. And they told us there's vitamin A and B1 and B2 and C and D, and they're in alphabetical order, and you can look them up. And then they told us some really basic facts. We got a whole hour. First of all, how much training did you receive on nutrition when you were in medical school? Because I know here in the States, it's almost none.
Yeah, not much.
Not much?
Not much.
Even in Argentina?
It's close to, yeah, very little.
Close to none?
Very little.
Because in medical school, they don't teach you anything about nutrition.
We got hours and hours and hours on how to use basically patent medicines, which, as you know, are what usually goes on the prescription pad as a molecule that can be patented, which means it's not found in nature, because you can't patent it if it's not found in nature, if it's found in nature. And that's what we get educated in.
They don't get paid to educate people, they get paid to write prescriptions. And you can imagine the drug lobby made sure that's the case.
The doctor is brainwashed when he gets out of medical school because the medical school has too much subsidization of the professors who are being paid by the